I think they got Kyle Kuzma back playing, and now we got Paul George. So it's going to be two different teams. We've been through a journey till Christmas. It's a different matchup.
Yes. And it's so true. When the season started, and the Clippers had gotten Kawhi Leonard, it was a defending, well, the MVP
Yes.
coming of a championship, coming into that city and trying to shift the power. And at that, on the very first game, he did manage to make a statement.
Mm.
They outplayed the Lakers, they won, and it seemed that yes, the Clippers are now finally going to be it. But from that time till now, the Lakers are now topping the Western Conference. They are now the team to beat. I remember, I think a couple of weeks ago, was it a couple of weeks ago or just last week? Bucks met the Lakers,
Mm.
and that was supposed to be a preview into what the NBA finals would be. So Clippers are not in the conversation as much as they were at the start of the season after making a statement. But this is local tough. This is LA versus LA.
Mm-hmm.
This is the colorful, loud, elite LA versus the hard-working, quiet LA. So at the end of the day, it's about city rights bragging. It's not even about standings in the conference or anything. It's about city rights bragging. And the Clippers have their complete roster on. The Lakers have, well, according to reports, they say AD and LeBron would feature in the game. We don't know how fit they are. So let's just say the Lakers on paper have their roster on. So there are no excuses now. You can't say, oh, this person was missing, so maybe no. Everybody's here. We are all present, sir. So get on with it. So I want to see how this works out for them. And there's just so much distraction. Before it was just about city rivalry, but now there's an investigation into the LA Clippers for the way for some demands that were allegedly made by Kawhi's uncle during negotiations. So Kawhi was looking to move to either one of Clippers, Lakers, or I can't remember the third team now. And they said the uncle made a request that may not be considered legal. So maybe Clippers met that request, and that's why he went to Clippers. So there's an investigation into that. So all of that is happening at the same time with a game that already had a strong rivalry. I can't wait to see what the outcome will be. But what it is that clearly both teams are very different from the teams that met at the start of the season. Whether the results will be the same is left to be seen.
That's another conversation.
Another
Yeah.
conversation. All right, let's go on to Juventus and Mario Mandzukic as he leaves Juventus for Qatari side Al Duhail. Mario has joined Qatari side Al Duhail, leaving Juventus after 4 years at the Syria club. Now, this is what Al Duhail said. The team's management succeeded today in contracting with the Croatian striker Mario Mandzukic of Juventus in a free transfer deal at the end of his contract with his Italian team.
Yeah. It just seemed a lot of factors made this come to pass. First of all, he's not playing. So he hasn't played under Mauricio Sarri. He's 33 years old, and he went with the person that toasted him. End of discussion. Because you think about it, yeah, because of his age, I know Manchester United were looking at him, but Manchester United are now building towards the future. So a 33-year-old, if you're looking for immediate impact, then it would make sense for a 33-year-old
Yeah.
to come in. If he were a 33-year-old already at Manchester United, they may have kept him. But what it is that Manchester United is looking to build towards the future, bringing in a 33-year-old for some amount of money doesn't make any sense. So the decision would be to try and get somebody a little younger with a lot more years on his wheels at least.
Yeah.
And that's what they would have liked to do. So he didn't have many people wooing him from within Europe. I guess that's why Qatar seems a good idea. You can't fault him. He's won everything there needs to be won. He's won in Germany. He's won titles in Germany. He's won titles in Italy, and he's not playing right now. It doesn't look like he's going to play anytime soon, especially with Cristiano Ronaldo and Higuain doing the job that needs to be done. And Mauricio Sarri is not even looking at him. He doesn't even tell him to warm up. So it's not negotiable that he had to move. The question was, where would I move to? At the end of the day, at this point in his career, chances are he's trying to secure his future, so he moved where the money called him, and he's gone to Qatar. So we wish him all the best. He has nothing to prove to anybody. He played in the finals of a World Cup. Some people have not seen semi-final in their life. Some of us, we've not seen quarter-final.
Why are
So
you trying to? It's a Christmas morning. Don't
no,
be
I'm
angry
celebrating.
Nigerian
I'm celebrating with Mazuki.
Mm.
So he's had a successful career. He can say that. So go to Qatar and grab all the money if you can. And if while you're playing there somebody says, "Oh, we want you back in Europe," then you can make the move. But for now, at least play.
Mhm.
All right.
That's most important.
Yeah.
Remember, the messages come to WhatsApp 0809 440 981. We appreciate you celebrating Christmas. That's why we're here, celebrating with you. So share those messages, please. Atletico Madrid are interested in Manchester United midfielder Nemanja Matic, the 31-year-old who has fallen behind Scott McTominay, Fred, and the returning Paul Pogba in midfield contention. Admitted he was frustrated at his lack of game time earlier this season. Meanwhile, Atletico had reached a general agreement with Edinson Cavani over a move to the La Liga side. The 32-year-old, whose contract at Paris Saint-Germain runs out at the end of the season, will not renew with the French champions.
Okay, so this is a tale of two 30-year-olds and how their fortunes have turned out. With Mandzukic, nobody was really looking in his direction.
Yeah.
With Edison Cavani, a club as big and competing for many trophies, or competing at least very well in many different tournaments, is looking at him, and he's just 1 year younger. So it's a tale of competing fortunes. But Edinson Cavani is a goal scorer. However, with PSG, and this trouble didn't start today, it started from the minute Neymar came. And here's what's even tricky with PSG: Neymar may leave because there are rumors that Barcelona will still be chasing him in the summer. They tried to get him this summer, they missed the opportunity, and there are rumors that they're going to try to chase him for next summer. So if he leaves, that just leaves Kylian Mbappe again, and they have to start building a team, and a team afresh around him. So for PSG, maybe because he's 32, and maybe they have their eyes on somebody else, it would explain why they were able to let him go. But he's not looking to renew. Atletico Madrid looks a good deal for him. Diego Costa, before he got injured, wasn't having a good season. And Morata is shining like there. Morata is younger. I guess that's the only competition, but I don't think he's going to go there to try and usurp Morata. Because he understands a guy that is young and that is delivering the result, you can't change his position. But at least he'll be playing, he'll still be competing in major tournaments, which is what he'd be looking at. He'd get paid, his name will still be in rotation. So good work for him if and when they finalize the deal and he can move to Atletico. With Matic, his own fortunes have changed things. That this one has been coming. This one has been coming. Like I said, they're rotating, they're building a new team. He's 31, they're bringing in 18-year-olds. Chances are they are not really going to look in your favor. How is your pace? How is your physicality? How well can you help the team going forward or defensively? So it just makes sense that he should move. His agent should have started looking for a team for him since last season. I don't know why you're dulling and talking about frustrations of not playing. You already knew with the way they brought in OGS or Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and with what he's been doing and team selection he's been making, that chance you will not get plenty playing time. I mean, think about it. Pogba has been out injured for a while, and how many games have you played? So the writing was on the wall. You're just the one that didn't see the mene. But it was there. So I guess now his agent is going to try and make a move. He needs to play ball, but I don't know that his value is that high anymore. He's not the Nemanja Matic of that left Chelsea.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so from Satellite Town, we have this comment. Mario Mandzukic just took the shortcut to World Cup Qatar 22, and this is coming in from Mario's namesake, Mario from Satellite Town.
And Yemi Richard says, Merry Christmas, we moved to Qatar, please. Who moved to Qatar? Please, that's a question. Yemi Richard.
Mario Mandzukic.
Mandzukic. All right,
There
let's
you
move
go.
on to our next story. This one is on Eric. I don't know if this is interesting story. 7 Eritrea players disappear at a football tournament in Uganda. A Ugandan official has said 7 Eritrean football players have disappeared at the end of a regional tournament. Rogers Mulindwa, a spokesman for a body that organizes the CAFA Senior Challenge Cup, has said that on a police search for the players continues. They mentioned that the players are believed to be the latest to defect from Eritrea, whose government under President Isaias Afwerki has been described by human rights groups as one of the most tightly controlled regimes in the world.
Yes, so basically they're looking for better fortunes, and this is what happens in sports sometimes that make it really hard for Africans. Remember during the Commonwealth Games, a few countries were missing
Yeah.
a lot of athletes and team officials, and this is a big problem. This is why sometimes you hear that they're going for a sporting tournament, they have their letter of invitation, they have everything, and the country will just simply say, no, we are not giving you visa. Regardless of what you do, we're not giving you visa. Because they're not sure that these players will not abscond. In as much as we understand that situation in your country is hard, follow the legal process of immigration. Before then, I heard that 4 other people players that came for the tournament had applied for asylum. So I guess they were trying to go the legal route, but these ones, they did not wait to apply. They just enter market and lost. That's basically what they did, and it just makes it harder for your country and people of your country to get. To compete on major stages, because this will always be remembered. And if you're caught, that's it. Your career is done. Meanwhile, if you continued playing and waiting for due process to happen, chances are you may have gotten out legally anyway. So it's a sad situation. We used to see it happen in Europe, and some people would have taken it as understandable. But now it's from one African country to the other. That's how desperate we've gotten. It's just sad.
Wow.
That's what I'm saying. When I read it, I thought, is this a joke? Eritrea, Uganda. You know when you hear in countries like Spain, they went to Spain, they went to Italy, they went to the UK.
Yeah, the one living in paradise.
Guess what? It's time for us to take a break, and we'll come right back. We're going to be bantering better with Coca-Cola. Stay with us.
It's your own that is good. Eritrea is very bad. That's why they're absconding. They're absconding to Uganda. They didn't abscond to Ghana or South Africa. It's where their leg reached and they went. Anywhere but home.
Football banter, the hot basketballs, the hot go follow start.
Hey, today, they go beat some people club like talking drum, eh?
I don't understand why this guy feels himself. Every time he wants to speak about him,
So now,
I'm talking like, yes.
On this
you ready for banter? I bet you won't make your
There's a
club
vibe
carry
that they
last.
add
We are tight today.
build up.
Waka enter shop,
The
buy
banter
cheap bottle of Coca-Cola, take home your side. Make you get fresh to banter better. Banter better with Coca-Cola, the official soft drink partner of the English Premier League.
Coming in as a trailer, he is in fifth place. Is he close enough? Is he close enough? Yes. Here comes the dog. This should be fun.
Yes.
Look out below.
This segment is brought to
Say what now? Banter better with Coca-Cola. That's the hashtag you should add to every message you send us from now to the end of the show. It's called the Locker Room 981, part of Smooth Breakfast with Valentine Uhu.
And Ayomaira say,
Hashtag banter better with Coca-Cola. Please keep your comments clear of vulgar or insulting words, and send your comments with the hashtag banter better with Coca-Cola for it to be read.
Yeah.
Someone that doesn't have the hashtag.
Hashtag banter better with Coca-Cola. We'll try to read as many messages as possible.
All right, send us
because
messages.
It's about you.
Thank you very much. Send us messages to WhatsApp 0809 444 0981 with the hashtag banter better with Coca-Cola. Twitter?
Twitter's at Smooth981FM. Use the hashtag LockerRoom981 and hashtag Banter Better with Coca-Cola.
Liverpool's Alisson, Leicester match is decisive in Premier League title bid. In his statement, quote, he said, there's a big moment and decisive moment arriving for us in the Premier League, and you need to stay focused on the moment. You cannot think on the long term. You just need to look for what you have in front of you, to not miss the moment, to not miss the chances that you have. If you want to win the Premier League, you need to try to win every game, and I think against Leicester it will be the same.
Yeah, he's right. You have to try to win every game. But here's what I say about the English Premier League. It's one of the league they say is the most competitive, and by December, chances are you know who's really going to win the EPL. Chances are, most in general, you know who's going to win the EPL by December, if you follow the trends. But they will tell you it's more competitive because tomorrow Sheffield United can beat Manchester United and the next day Manchester United will beat Man City.
Wow.
So I guess that's the competition they're talking about. But what it is Liverpool is definitely so far ahead. However, they do not want to be complacent, which is important. Defeating Leicester City, yes, will just make them a little more surer of their position, because I don't know, as it is now with the loss that Leicester City had to Man City, they already put themselves right in their mirror. And so Manchester City right now is gunning Leicester City down, and you feel that Liverpool would rather be chased by Leicester City than be chased by Manchester City. so it just makes it interesting till the end. But I think that Liverpool have been so consistent, and gotten results even in games where they have played poorly. Even in games where they haven't been convincing, they still manage to get the results that they need. Or that they have needed so far to be at the top of the table. So I like the attitude and the mentality of the players that this is a league, so therefore it's a marathon, and we have to win every game that is in front of us, or we have to go at it to win every single game that's in front of us. That's the mentality they need to have. Otherwise, first of all, they won't be here in the first place, and secondly, they may be here and it looks comfortable, and by February it's a total different story. So good mindset by the players, great response by Alisson to a match that's going to be played tomorrow. I think that they're going to take out Leicester City. However, they can't be complacent. Jamie Vardy is scoring goals every opportunity he gets. He's fast, he's quick, he has great positioning on the pitch. So yes, even when they consider Leicester City tend to score, and you're talking to a Brendan Rodgers side that has coached in Liverpool before. So in as much as some of the players have changed, it's Liverpool is Liverpool. So I guess he would have some sense, and he would have some motivation to try to go back to that his old club and revenge for them kicking him out the way they kicked him out. So there's something to inspire Leicester City there. However, I want to see what I want to see what Liverpool can do. I know that they'll win. I just want to know, will they play well or will they be effective? Because sometimes they play well, sometimes they're just effective. That's what
I think either play well or effective. They've really, it's been a fantastic season for them. It's worked well for them.
It's been a fantastic build up to the season. Played in the finals of the UCL, lost, came back the next year, won the UEFA Champions League, and now they're gunning for the Premier League that they have not seen in 30 years. There's some Liverpool fans that were born that have never seen them lift the title before. So
fantastic. All right. So Frank Lampard is disappointed by Jose Mourinho, and here's why. Asked for a response to Mourinho's criticism of Rudiger, Lampard said, with Tommy in this incident, when he's having to post after the game about something we know is a huge deal, that's racism, I think to question his integrity in that time is disappointing for sure. Pretty universal. Certainly what I heard in the commentary and the post-match reflection was that the Son incident was a red card. It wasn't brutal, but it was instinctive. It warrants a red card in the modern day.
Every day of the week and twice on Sunday. And if Tottenham were truthful to themselves, I saw the story about Tottenham appealing the red card and then it getting overturned. I'm just thinking, who is advising you people? What kind of incompetent lawyer is advising you people? Because if you look at the Son incident, you won't only agree with the red card, you will dock his pay for putting his team in that situation. Because they fouled you, and then you take your thoughts up to, even if you did not connect with the person you intended to kick, at the end of the day, your intent was to revenge, was to retaliate. Red card. There's no discussion about it. So I am disappointed in Tottenham that they couldn't even that they had the nerve to go and appeal this red card when they should be telling Son to kneel down in the corner and put his hands up and close his eyes because he did something ridiculous. But here's the hypocrisy about Frank Lampard. When Frank Lampard was playing for Jose Mourinho, it was all these kind of things that Jose Mourinho was helping his team to defend. Now you are disappointed because it's against you. Why are you being a hypocrite?
Mhm.
When you were playing for him, didn't he defend you like this?
You know, it's easier to handle when it's the other way around. It's not
Exactly.
coming to you.
Of course.
I mean,
Of
you know
course.
the Jose Mourinho, what he did, and you're saying you're disappointed with the timing. You're now trying to bring the other incident into it. It's Jose Mourinho. This is how he defends his players. Sometimes it makes sense, sometimes it doesn't make sense. But he will defend you like this. So why are you talking? You've benefited from it before. Why are you now
No,
disappointed?
You don't like it.
Now you don't like it. My friend travel.
That's interesting. Let's take some of your messages. 0809 444 0981. That is the WhatsApp number. Now, Mikel Arteta says that Freddie Ljungberg will remain at Arsenal after very positive talks. And here's what he said. I spoke to Freddie after the game. Arteta said ahead of Boxing Day's match at Bournemouth. He said, I told him my idea and the people I wanted to form my coaching staff and the roles and responsibilities I expect of them. I wanted to know what he was feeling and I wanted to know what he had in mind and what his expectations were. We talked and we made a decision that the best thing for him was for him to stay with us.
Wow. Well, let me put it this way. This life, how would I put it? Inside life. Yeah, that's what they call it. Inside
Yes,
life.
Inside life.
Freddie Ljungberg played for the Arsenal Invincibles.
Hmm.
That's the Arsenal that at least used to win trophies. That's the Arsenal that went for the unbeaten run all season. Mikel Arteta played for the Arsenal hopefuls.
Mhm.
That's the Arsenal where people were hoping that they will win a trophy. And now Mikel Arteta, with no experience whatsoever, is head coach and Freddie Ljungberg is assisting him.
Hmm.
This is it's inside life issues. A 40-something-year-old man will now be answering to a 37-year-old man, and you have to understand, Freddie Ljungberg is more Arsenal than Mikel Arteta. Mikel Arteta is more Everton. People forget that Mikel Arteta, yeah, he gave the best of himself
Okay.
to Everton before he moved to Arsenal. And this is so you have to be very careful how you behave when you're at the top, because you never know. Just imagine if Thierry Henry working for somebody that came after him. It's not happening. Anyway, you will not find Thierry Henry there. He will not take the job.
Okay.
but Freddie Ljungberg is not that kind of guy. He's about the business. How can we make this team work? How can I build from here? He's a totally different guy when it comes to mindset. And maybe Mikel Arteta is doing it for political reasons. Because sometimes you don't want to just go there and upset the cart. Sometimes you just say, okay, let's keep him, especially because he's an Arsenal legend. According to him, he knows the club, so he kind of have this thing that they're selling these days. He has club mentality. It's not like Arsenal has any mentality, but hey, what can I say? But but he knows the club, so he put him there I would say for political reasons. But he has his other assistants. He's ready to work. I'm just if I were Freddie Ljungberg, how would I feel? I'm answering
I
to
just
Mikel
hope that
Arteta.
decision doesn't hurt the club.
Yeah, the good news is that Freddie Ljungberg is not that kind of guy. That's the thing.
Well.
He's not the kind of guy that, if not, he wouldn't have even taken the job in the first place.
Yeah.
Or he wouldn't have even stayed back. He's not that kind of guy. Like I said, if we're Thierry Henry, then it's not possible. Thierry Henry will not answer to Mikel Arteta. How? Mikel Arteta will come for training. He'll be answering to Henry.
Henry will say, call the call. Please call me back. Let's have that conversation again. I didn't hear what you said
It's
first.
the nerve of you. Do you understand? There's nothing Henry will not do to get a bigger job just to prove. But Freddie Ljungberg is not that kind of guy. He's, like I said, from even his playing days, he's always been about the work. They would give him any job to do. He was a great winger, but sometimes if he had to fall deep as far as a fullback, he would sit that deep as far as a fullback and play that role. So he's not necessarily that kind of guy, which is why I say it's a safe choice.
Yes.
Mikel Arteta even could make that decision, because otherwise, I mean, think about it. Even Luis Enrique pursued Moreno. That was his friend. But just because Moreno took the job, they chased him. Then you're not talking about. Guys know how to protect. Freddie Ljungberg is not that kind of guy. If not, he won't be offered.
It's just interesting how personality differences affect all these decisions.
Oh yes,
Those
personality.
problems,
Yeah, and so but it doesn't make one better than the other.
Yeah.
It's just different. It doesn't make Ljungberg better than a Henry or a Vieira or anybody that's ambitious. It's just different. Yeah, I guess at the end of the day.
All right, let's go on to Wolves and why they say they will try to survive facing Man City and Liverpool in 2 days. We have to try and survive. And they said, we train tomorrow when we prepare to face Man City. Let's see what happens. Or we will try and survive. And it goes on to say, we are always ready to compete. It doesn't matter which opponent we're playing.
Well, I will put it this way: it's a tough one for them. You face Manchester City, and then you face um Liverpool. But what it is for Wolves is that they become a determinant in how this title race swings. Uh, like I said, clearly Liverpool looks pretty much like they have their hand on the trophy, even if it's only December. But Wolves is such a tricky and a tough side to play, and so they can put up the kind of obstacles that big teams will not want to. I can guarantee you, in as much as Wolves are the underdog in these fixtures, Manchester City and Liverpool would not be excited to play them, or won't have quickly written them as a 3-pointer, because Wolves have the players and the style and the coach that can put that can disgrace you on your very good day. So I would say this for Nunes: don't kill yourself. They are as afraid of you as you are of them. And the pressure is not on Wolves, because Wolves, you would expect Wolves to lose to Manchester City or to Liverpool. The people that the pressure is on is Liverpool and Manchester City to beat a Wolves side. So I think in that, it's just that they don't have a team to spread across to do this short period of time with these two big games. That's where the pressure is. But they will deliver their heart. They play beautiful football. They are very quick on the break, which is why I think Manchester City will be more vulnerable to them than Liverpool would be, because Manchester City defensively is shaky. And so and they're very vulnerable. I wanted to say in transition, but that's a basketball term. They're very vulnerable when the other team is counter-attacking them. And so Wolves can play a tougher game against Manchester City than they would against a Liverpool side that is a little more well structured. So Wolverhampton shouldn't worry too much. Other people are afraid of you too.
Shout out to everybody, those who are scared of Wolverhampton or not. For all your messages, we thank you. For listening to the show, we thank you. For chewing on the breakfast table, because I have, psychic eyes. I know what's going on. For all the meals you're celebrating with us today, shout out to you. And thank you for tuning into Locker Room 91. It is brought to you by Coca-Cola this time. Hashtag Banter Better with Coca-Cola. So we're going to continue this conversation. And please tweet at Tega Supreme, that's our handle on Twitter, or at LIS International to catch up with the activities of ladies in sports. Today's Christmas Day. We wish you all the joy, all the fun, and blessings that come with it. Stay with us.
Coming in as a trailer is in
People are sleeping in my house. They're sleeping.